Dot. Old and open cows here. 125, 25, and 27.50, and 20, going to get 7 of hang, and 27 of hang, going to be 32 and a hang, going to be 2 and a hang, going to get 35, 35, 5 here, 35, and 35, 5 here, 37 of hang, 37 of hang, 37 of hang, 40, 143, going to be 2 and a hang, going to get 2 and a hang, going to be 2 and a hang, going to be 42.50, and 40, going to get 2 and a hang, going to be 42 and a hang, going to get 2 and a hang, going to be 2 and a half here, Chris, 140, 13. Hey, Rob, you see us wearing black, we're in mourning. Oh, y'all have already discussed it? I figured I'd wear my black shirts for Lydia. Uh-oh. Nine and open. 35, 35, and 35, 37 and a hand, 37 and a hand, going to be 40, going to get 2 and a hand, going to be 45, going to get 750, and 47 and a hand, 47 and 50, and 50, going to get 50, 50, going to be 152 and a hand, going to be 2 and a hand, 2 and a hand, going to get 5, and 55 here, 57 and a hand, 7 and a hand, 7 and a hand, 60, and now 62 and a hand, going to be 2 and a half, 1, and to get 1 hand, 2, going to be 2, going to get 2, going to be 2, 1, 2, 3, going to get 3, going to get 3, going to be 2, going to get 3, going to be 2, going to get 3, book, 162. Eight-year-olds are open. 52 and a half, 50, we get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 2 and a half, we get 5, and 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 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 and a half, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 57, 50, and 50 and 7 and a half, 60, we get 60, going to be 60, now 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half here, Booker, 160. Five to 10, they're open. 50, not 2 and a half. 50, to get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, to get 2 and a half, going to be 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 51, and 51, 2, 3, to get 4, to get 5, going to be 600, and 57, going to be 8, to get 8, going to be 9, going to be 60, and 9, 60, and now 60, going to be 9, going to be 61, and to get the ones, 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 to get the $1, $1, now 1, here, you're going to be 1, here, so 160, Chris. Put the 2 cows on 20, and we're going to bring the horn cow back. More Herefords. 4s and 5-year-olds. You need a flag? All right, guys, are going to be 4 and 5-year-olds. 150, not 2 and a half, 50, even get 2 and a half, 2 and a half, even get 255, 55 and a half, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 60, now 60, even get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, even get 5, and 5 and a half, 5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, going to be 67, 50, and 67 and a half, even get 7 and a half, going to be 67 and a half here, Chris, 165 on 20. Nice Hereford cows. More Herefords. Seven and 9-year-olds. 55, yeah, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 35, and 37 man, 37 man, 37 man, going to be 37, 50, and 35 here, 35 here, 35, Jigga 5 here, 35, 35, 37 man, 37 to 40, and 40, and 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a 5, and 45, 47 man, 47 man, now 50, 50, going to be 50, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to get 250, and 51, and 50, Jigga 51, 51, 51, 51, $1 here, going to be $1 here, book 150. Six and 8-year-old. 35, yeah, 35, 35, 35, 37 man, 35, 37 man, 37 man, 37 man, going to be 40, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 5, going to get 7 man, 47, 50, and 47 man, now 50, and 52 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to get 55, 55, 7 man, 57 man, going to be 62 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 62, 50, and 2 and a half, going to get 5, 7 and a half, now 67, 50, and 7 and a half, going to be 67 and a half, here sold 165, Kyle 21. Seven and 9-year-olds. 7 to 10. 35, yeah, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, Jigga 5 here, 35, 37 man, 37 man, 37 man, 37 man, 37, 50, now 40, and 40, and 40, 40 there, now 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, going to get 5, and 45 here, 45 here, 45, 45, 45, now 45, going to get 47 and a half, 47 man, 46 under, and 45, going to be 6 here, 7, and 40 now 7 here, going to be 6, 7, and 46, 7 here, now 7, 7, 7, 8 under, and 47, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, going to be 9, going to get 9 here, going to be 9, now 50, and 50 here, going to be 150, 150 here, going to be 950, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, here going to be 49, 50. Sold 149. Put them on D3. Four to 6-year-olds. 4 to 6-year-olds here, 50, not 5, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57 man, 57 man, 57 man, 7 and a half, 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 57, 50, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 60, and half, 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, bit of a half here, going to be 2 and a half, 2, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, going to get 72 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, 5, and 75, 750, and 77 and a half here, going to be 77 and a half here, Chris, 175, 3X. Older cows here, 35. Yeah, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, we get 35, we get 35, going to be 35 here, 35 here, 35, 37 of hand, 37, 50, and 30, we get 7 of hand, going to be 30, we get 7 of hand, now 40, and 40, 43, we get 40, now 2 of hand, going to be 41, and 43, we get 41, we get 41, 2, 41, 2, 41, 2, you get 2, 41, 2, now 3, and 43, we get 3, and 43, we get 3, going to be 3, and 4, and 44, 5, and 45, there, you're going to be 44, 5, we get 5, 100, we get 5 here, Booker, 144, nothing. Nine-year-old cows are 5 and 6 months bred. We'll weigh them, guys. Not a huge fan of their udders. $1.52 and a half. 50, we get 2.5, group 2.5, we get 2.5, group 2.5, group 150, now 2.5. 50, 2.5, we get 2.5, group 2.5, we get 2.5, group 2.5, group 52 and a half, 5. And 55, 57 and a half, now 60, now 2.5, 5. And 65, 7.5, 70, 172 and a half, 70, we get 2.5, group 72 and a half, and 72 and a half here, sold 170, Chris, 16. We went yesterday. Actually, it's overcast and cloudy. It's actually pretty nice. 9 and 10-year-old cows, 5 and 7 months. They're large cows. $1.50. 152 and a half. 50, we get 2.5, group 2.5, we get 2.5, group 2.5, 55, 7.5, now 60 down, 2.5, now 5. And get 5, and get 5, here, group 165. And get $5 here, we get 5 here, now 5 here, Chris, 162 and a half, 16. Hope you got a lot of hay. What doesn't take a lot of money these days, no matter what you do? $1. $5 and $100 here. Good $100 here. Good $105. We get 5. We get 5. We get 5. We get 5 and 10. Good to be 10. We get 15. Good to be 20. Now 5 and 25 and 30. We get 30 and 35 here. Good to be 35 and 5 and 35. We get 35. We get 35. We get 35. We get 35 here. Sold 130. S6. But Rob, you got to have the land. 6X. Rob, you got to pay for the land to get the hay. See? 8 to 10-year-olds. 35 and 35 and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 37, 37, 37, 37, 40 and half 40. We get 2.5, group 2.5, we get 5, 7.5. Male, please 50 and 50, 53, we get 50, 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 we get 50 here now. 50 half 1 and 51 2 and 51 2 3, we get 53, we get 54 and half 4, 53, we get 4. We're going to be 53, we get 4. Chris, 153 on 20. They're not Herefords. Hey, one more. Did you go to the vet? Check you out? I think I slipped on my neck wrong. I might need one of those bulls. How old's these cows, guys? 6-year-old, 5 and 6-year-old cows. 50, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7, 57, 57, 57, 7, 60, and down 2.5, go to 2.5, 5, and 5, 7, 7, go to 67 and a half, and 67, 50, and a half, go to 67 and a half. Here's Chris, 165, 3X. Geese. 7 to 10-year-olds. 35, and 35, and 35, 37, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 40, we get 40, we get 2.5, going to be 45, and 45, and 45, there, we get 45, $5, there, we get 45, 750, and 7, 50, we get 50, we get 50, now 50, there, going to be 8, now 9, and now 9, going to be 45, we get 50, and 45, we get 50, now 1, you get 1, 51, 51, $51, and 50, 51 here, $1 here, going to be 151 here, D, 150 on 3. 8 to 10-year-old cows here, 35. 135, 35 and a 7 and a half, going to be 40, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 5, 7 and a half, 50, 10, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 52 and a half, going to be 1, and 51, 2 and a half, 3, going to get 53, going to get 52, 3, and 4, and 54 and a half, 5, you get 55, 655, going to be 6, 7, and 57, $8, 57 of 8, and now 9, going to be 900, going to be 9 here, going to be 50, hey, good 900, going to get down here, going to be 50, hey, and 9, and 900, going to be 900, going to get down here, book 158. Seven-year-old Europa guys here, 35. 35, and 35, 37, and 7 and 7 and 40, we get 40, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, going to be 7 and 50, and 2 and a half, 5, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57 and 57 and 7 and 7 and 60, and 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, and 6 and 5, 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and now 70, and now 70, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, and 75, 750, and 77 and a half, now 80, going to be 180, now 2 and a half, going to be 80, we get 2 and a half, going to be 80, we get 2 and a half here, Chris, 180. 3X. All 6-year-olds. 55, 55, 55, 7, 7, 7, 7, 57, 50, 50, 7, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to get 5, and 7, 67, 50, and now 70, going to get 70, and 2 and a half, and 70, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 70, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 72 and a half, you're out of line, now 5, and 75, 50, and 77 and a half, you're out again, 77, 50, and 77 and a half, here, going to be 77 and a half, here, bit of a half, here, now 80, and now 80, now 2 and a half, 82 and a half, going to be 80, we get 2 and a half, going to be 80, we get 2 and a half, 5, 85, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, yet again, 87, 50, 87 and a half, now 90, and now 90, we get 2 and a half, going to be 90, we get 2 and a half, going to be 90, we get 2 and a half, 5, and 95, 97, 50, and 97 and a half, we get 97 and a half, we get 97 and a half, going to be 97 and a half, yet again, 97, 50, and 97 and a half, but now 2, and 2 and a half, here, going to be 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, going to be 202, 50, and 202 and a half, we get 2 and a half, going to be 202 and a half, yet again, on line, going to be 202 and a half, 202 and a half. Sold them $2, Chris, 3X. Yeah, get right up in the middle of them. 8 to 10 years old, or 5 and 7 months bred. I think we got 2 decent black cows and 1 not so decent red horn cow. She is ugly headed. You guys want to sell them all together? 2,000 on the blacks, 2,000, 20, 100, and 21, 21, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 2100, 100, going to be 2100, and 22, and 21, 2, 3, going to be 23, going to be 23, going to be 23, 4, and 2400, and 23, and 4, going to be 23, going to be 400, going to be 23, going to be 4, going to be 23, going to be 400, going to be 23, 4, 5, 25, 6, 20, 600, and 25, going to be 600, going to be 25, going to be 6, sold, 2,500, Krivonic on the 2 blacks. 6 and 8-year-olds are open. 155, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 35, 35, 40, and 35, 40, you get 2 and a half, going to be 5, 7 and a half, 50, jiggy 50 and a half, 50, $1.52 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, you get 5, and 55, 55, 55, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 60, and half, 60, you get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, you get 2 and a half, going to be 62, 50, and 2 and a half, you get 2 and a half, going to be 60, you get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half here, Cal, 160 on 21. That's a cool brand. You see that brand on that cow, Antone? Yeah, on that black cow. Happy. Mm-hmm. Nine and 10-year-olds. 25, yeah, 25, and 25, 25, 27, and 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, going to be 27, 50, and 27 and a half here, going to be 27, 50, and 30, you're going to get 30, you're going to get 2 and a half, going to be 32 and a half, 5, and 35, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, going to be 37, 50, and 30, you're going to get 7 and a half, going to be 37 and a half here, going to be 37 and a half here, sold 135 S4. Seven to 10-year-olds here, 35. Yeah, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, we get 35, we get 35, we get 35, 35 here, 35 here, 35, 37, 7 40, we get 40, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, and 47 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 47 and 50, and $1.52 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 750, and 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, going to be 57 and a half, 57 and a half here, sold 155, Chris, 20. Eight to 10 years old here, 35. Yeah, 35, 35, 35, 35, 37, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, and 37 and 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, we get 5, and 45 here, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 47 and a half, 47, 50, and 40, we get 7 and a half, going to be 47 and a half, now 50, and now 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 54, 55, 55, 56, 55, going to be 6, 7, and 56, 7, and 7, and 7, and 56, 7, and 6, 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, we get $7, going to be 7 here, going to be 7 here, sold 156, Chris. 20. No, sir. Hopefully they're getting her off. They should be getting her off. Yep. Four and 5-year-olds. All open. Oh, you were going to lead. 155, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 57, 57, going to be 60, we get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 2 and a 5, and 7 and a half, 70, 170, 170, 172 and a half, and 72 and a half, 75 here, 750, and 77 and a half, going to be 77 and a half, going to be 80, and now 80 there, 80, 180, 180, 180, and 180 there, 80, you give 80 there, going to be 80, 80 there, going to be 80, you give 80. Sold 177.50, Flying B. What number, William? On the fives. Got you on number 5. Here's Carl's cows. Nine-year-old cows here, and 25, and 27 and a half, 25, and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 750, and 20, 7 and going to be 25, 750, and 30, to get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, to get 250, and 32 and a half, to get 2 and a half, going to be 30, to get 2 and a half, going to be 30, to get 2 and a half, going to be 30, to get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half. Sold 130, S3. Seven and 10. 55, 55, 55, 55, 7, 57, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, 1, as it get 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 1, 2, going to 2, going to get 2, going to be 1, 2, 61, 2, and how 2, going to get 2, daughter, going to be 2, there, going to 2, 1, 2, here, Booker, 161. $35, 9-year-olds here, 35, and 35, and 37, and 7 and a half, 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 going to be 37.50, and 40, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to get 5, and 45 here, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 50, and 50, you get 52 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 5, and 55, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to get 5, and to get 5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, now 67.50, and 67 and a half, going to be 67 and a half here, Kyle, 165 on 21. $4 and 5-year-olds here, $2. 2.5 and 2.5. Get 5. Get 5. Get 5. Get 5. $2 a pound. Going to be 2. Going to get 2. Going to be 2. Now 2. Going to be 2. Going to get 2. Going to be 2. Now 2. $1.50. $1.55. $1.55. 55 and 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. You give out 60. 55. 70. 170 and 60. Now 5 and 75. 80. Now 5. 85 and 90. Going to be 190. Going to get 90. Going to get 90. Going to be 195 and 95 and 95 and 2. Going to be 2. Going to get 2. Going to be 2. Going to get 95. Going to get $2 and 95. Going to be 2. William, yeah. 95. Going to get 2 and now 5 and 205. Going to get 5. 100. Going to get 5. Here you're going to be 205 and 205. Going to get 5. 100. Going to get 5. Here you're going to be 205 here. Flying B. $2. Number 5, William. Yep, on 5. Good stories or bad stories? Here's some nice cows, guys. Who are you working on? Wallahatchie Ranch. Here's some 4 and 5-year-old cows. They're 4 and 5 months bred. Nice deal, guys. Here, 2,500 and 25. Yeah, 25 and 25, 25, 25, 25, 600 and 25. Going to be 600. Here, 6, 7 and 7. Going to be 28 and 20. Going to be 25. Going to get 9 and 25. Going to get 3,000. Going to get 31 and 31 and 32, 32, 3 and 33. Going to get 33. Going to get 32, 33, 32, 3 and 3,300 and 32. Going to get 33, 33. Going to get 3. Pretty nice. And 33. Going to get 33, 33, 33, 34 and 34 here. 33, 4, 5 and 35. Going to get 35. Going to get 34, 5 and 34, 5. You got William 3,500. and 34.5 and 3,500. Even get 35. Even get 35. Even get 35. Get 34.5. You got William 3,500 and 34,500. Even get 5. Even get 5. Even get 5. Even get 5 here. So 3,400. Chris on 3. Six and 7-year-old cows are 4 months bred. 2,000. 2,100, 21, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, not 2, and 21, 2, not 2, 3, and 23, 3, you're going to be 23, and 3, and 4, and 24, we're going to be 25, and 2,500 here, going to be 2,500, 2,500, 2,500, 600, and 25, going to be 6, 7, and 27, going to be 27, going to be 27, going to be 27, you're out of line, 2,700, and 7, 8, and 2,800, going to be 20, going to be 20, going to get 9, and 2,900, going to be 9, 3,000, going to get 3, and 3,000, going to get 3,001, and 3,100, here, going to be 3,100 and 3,100. You had a line 3,100. You get 31, 31, 31, and 3,100. You get 31. You get 31. You get 31. You get 31. You get 30. Going to be 100. So 3,000. Shelf. Yep. 9 and 10-year-olds here. 35, and male, please. And 35, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 37, and 35, 37, and 37, and 37, and 37, and 40, and 40, 40, 40, even to get 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 42 and a half, and 45, and 47 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 50, even to get 50, even to get 50 and a half, 52 and a half, even to get 2 and a half, 5, and 55, and 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 60, even to get 60, and half 60 there, $60, 60 pound here, going to be 60 here, Chris, 157.50 on 20. Three-wheeler, dollar. 110 and $110. Here, going to be $100. Here, going to be 110, 110, 110, 110, 110, 20. Going to be 20, 30. Going to get 30, 20, 30, and 20 bit 30. Here, going to be 20 bit 30. Here, going to get 30, 25, 30, 135, 35, 35, and 35, and 35, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35. Going to get 35. Going to get 35. Going to get 35. Going to get 35 here. So 130. Put them on S4. I was kind of in show pig mode. Well, it's what one of them brought this weekend, so we just going by tens. I gotta kind of switch gears when I get here Monday. Forget. No rodeo. Huh. $1.50. $1.55, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55, 55, 7, 57, 57, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 60, and half 60, to get 2 and a half, bit about 2 and a half, 5, and 5, and 5, 7, and 7, and 7, and 70, and half 70, to get 70, going to be 70, bit 70 here, 70, and half 70 here, going to be 8, 9, and half 9, half 70, to get 70, going to be 70, bit 70 here, going to be 9, 71, and 71, you get 1, 71, you get 1, 71, 71, here's all 170 D-Bull. Yep, $1. $5 and $105 here. You're going to be $105 here. You're going to be $105. You get 5. You get 5. You get 5. You get 5 and 5 here. You're going to be $105. $5 and 10. You're going to be 110 and 15. You're going to be 10 and 15. Bit of 10 and 15. You're going to be 110, 15 and 10, 15. You're going to be 110 and 15. You're going to be 110. You're going to get 15 here. Cabinets 110, 11. 75, yes, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 50, and 77, group 80, we get 2 and a half, group 2 and a half, 5, 5, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, here, group 85, here, group 85, group 85, 85, 85, 85, here, group 85, here. So 182 and a half, hole 7. When is that sell? So I'm gonna give you my system, and I may have you take it up there, and maybe just give it to it because I got to use it for the preview at 5. I said, ain't no way I'm gonna be there by 5. Where are you going? I got to be with Tyler. I'll be coming back from Tyler. 185, $85 here, 85, 87, 77, 75, 89, 89, group 90, group 90, group 190, and now 100 here, group 90, group 90, group 90, group 90, group 90, group 90, gotcha, 190, Robbie out, 190. Lose 7, 187.50, hole 7. No, they have it. They already have one set up. 65. Has a good about 7 Hannah 7 Hannah 7 Hannah 7 Hannah 7 Hannah 750 and 67 Hannah 7 Hannah 7 Hannah 7 Hannah 7 Hannah 70 70 2 and a half and 72.50 and 70 2 and a half, going to be 70 2 and a half, going to be 72 and a half, 5 now 5 73 75 73 75 and 73 5 here, 73 we get 500 now 5 here, Gibbon Bull 173. Wait to get them on there. That was Thursday, I believe. Yeah. That 8-month bread. 75, yes, 75, 75, 75, 75, 65, and 65, has a good about 7 hands, 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 70, 70, 2 and a half, and 75, 75, 77 hands, 70, 50, and now 80, 80, 2 and a half, group 2 and a 5, 85, 87, group 87 hand, 90, 92 and a half, 92, 55, and 97 van, 97 van, 97 van, 97 van, group 97, but about that, 195, Chris Bull. $85, $85 here. Going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 75, and 77.50, and 77 a hand, 77 a hand, 75, 750, 75, 70.50, and 77 a hand, 77 a hand, 77 a hand, 75, 7 and a half here, D Bull, 175. 65, and zig it and has zig it about 7 70, we get 2 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 75 there, 75, 70, 50, and 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 75, 76, 7, and 77, 78, 78, and high, good about 80, and high, 80, you give 81, 81 2, 83, 84, 84 here, 85 here, 85, you give 5, 84 and 5 here, 6, 85, 86 out of 3, 85, good 6 out of 3, good 85, good 6, on 185, hole 7. Yes, sir. Here, 165. And to get 5, 7, 70, we get 70, we get 2 and a half, 72, 50, and half 5, and 75, 7 and a half, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, and 83, 80, you give 82, 50, 82 and a half, 82 and a half, half 5, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, here, go to 85, 85 there, go to 85, you give 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, here, sold, 182 and a half, hole 7. Two and open guys here, $2 a pound, 205, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 19, going to be 210, going to be 15, going to be 220, and 5, and 25 and 30, 235, and 35 and 40, and 45, 45, 50, and 250, 53, going to be 250, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and 265 here, and half 5 here, 265, 70, and half 70, 270, 270, you're going to be 570 here, Chris, 265, 7X. They don't know if they want to go down the limit or up the limit, do they? 8-year-old cow. 135, 35, 35, 35, 35, 37, 7, 7, 7, 40, we get 40, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, and 45 here, 45 here, 45, 45, 45, 45, you get 5, and 45, we get 45, we get 45, we get 45, we get 45 here, book 140, 2 and a half. Eight-year-old, 4 months bred, 2,000. 2,100, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2,100 here, weight cow here, 135, 40, and 35, 40, and 45, and 45, we get 45, we get 50, $1, 55, 55, 55, 60, going to be 65, going to be 70, half 5, and 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, you get 5, and 75 here, 75, 75, 75, going to be 175, sold 170, Chris, nothing. $17. Yes, sir. Here, 55, 55, 57, 7, 7, 7, 57, 57, 60, and 2 and a half. We get 2 and a half. We get 5, and 5, 7 and a half, 70. We get 70. Going to be 70, 2 and a half, 71, 71, 2, 72, 3, 73, 4, 74, 5, 74. You get 5, 75. Sold 174. Booker. $125, 25, and 27, and 30, we get 30, and 2 and a half, and 2 and a 5, and 35, 35, 37, and 37, and 37, and 37, 50, and 30, we get 7 and a half, going to be 30, we get 7 and a half, going to be 40, now 40, 140, 140, now 2 and a half, 140, 2 and a half, 5, 145, and 45, there, 750, and 47 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, going to be 47 and a half here, going to be 47 and a half here, Booker, 145. $7 years old and 5 months. 155, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 7, 60, now 2.5, 5, and 65, 7.5, now 67.5, 70, and 72.5, 72.5, 72, 55, and 75, 750, and 77.5, 77.5, and 80, going to be 80, now 2.5, going to be 82.5, going to be 5, $87.50, 87.5, going to be 87.5, and 90, going to be 195, and 95, 95, 95, 95, and $2, and 95 and 2, going to be 2, going to be 2, and 2, and 95 and $2 here, going to be 195, going to be 2 there. Going to be 195, going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2. So 195, Chad Shelf. Six by six. Where's she got it? Where's she got it? Where's she carrying it? Oh. $1.50. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, here, 60, and half 5, 65, 70, 175, 75, 75, and 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, sold, 170, hand tone. Hope you got a milk cow at your house. A cat. 135, 35, 37, 40, 2.5, 45, 7.5, 7.5, 47, 47, 47, 50, 53, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 52, 53, 53, 52, 34, and 54, 54, 55, and 55, going to be 600, going to be 55, going to be 600, 55, going to be 6 here, going to be 55, going to be 6. Chris, 155, 20. Eight-year-old cow here, 55, 55, 57, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 70, 172 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 75, 77 and a half, 750, 77, 50, and 77 and a half here, going to be 77 and a half here, Booker, 175. Here's a nice cow. 6 by 3, 2,000, 2,100, and 21, and 21, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2,100, 100, going to be 21, 2, and 22, and 21, 2, 2, 3, and 23, going to be 23, going to be 23, going to be 23, 300, and 23, going to be 300, going to be 23, going to be 23, going to be 23, going to be 23, going to be 300, going to be 23, going to be 3. Flying B, 2,200. 1. Five-year-old cow weigher here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 57, 57, 57, 50, 57 and a half here, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 55, 50, now on. 50, now on, 50, 51, here, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 40. Am I missing something? $1. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 5, 40, 5, 50. Booker, 145. Booker. 135, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 37, 37, 37, 40, 42 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 50, jiggy 50, $1.53, 50, 50, 52 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, and 52 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, here, Cabinet's 150. Welcome back, Ty. 9-year-old. She's 5 months bred. 2,000. 2,100 and 2,100 here. Loose your bid. 21 and 21, 21, 21, 2,100 at 2 and 21, 2, 3 and 23, 3, 4 and 24, 4, 24, 23, 4. Going to be 23, 4. Going to be 23, 4 and 2,400. Going to be 23, 400. Going to be 23, 400. Going to be 23, 4. Gravonic 2,300. She's crippled here, 125. 25 and 27 going to be 30, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 5 and 35, going to be 37 and 37 and 37, 50 and half, 40, 40, 40 and 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 5 and 45, 45, 45 here, 45 there, 45, 45, 750 and 40, going to get 7 and a half, going to be 40, going to get 7 and a half, going to be 40, going to get 7 and a half here, Camus 145. Six-year-old cow here, 35, 40, 35, 40, 40, 40, we get 40, we get 40, 35, 45 here, going to be 45, 50, $1.53, going to be 52 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 5, and 55, 57, 57, 57, 60, we get 60, going to be 60, we get 61, and to get 1, 2, 1, 2, going to be 2, we get 2, going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 61, 2, and down 2, we get 2, go to 3, now 63, 163. 162.3 and 2-3, we get 3, going to be 62.3 and 2-3, we get 3, sold 162 and tone. Seven years old, 3 months, 2,000. 2,100 and 21 and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 200 here, going to be 25, we get 2, 3 and 23, we get 3, going to be 23, we get 4, going to be 24, 5 and 2,500 here, 5, going to be 600 and 26, 7 and 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 7 now 8 and 2,809 and down going to be 909 here now 3 and 3,000, we get 3, going to be 25, we get 3,000, going to be 25, we get 3 and 25, we get 3, going to be 25, we get 3. So 2,900, Flying B1. Four years old, she's 3 months bred. 2,500 and 25 and 25 and 25, 25, 25, 20, 25, 25, 125, 125, 125 and 25, going to be 25, going to be 25, going to be 600, going to be 25, going to be 600, going to be 25, going to be 6, 7 and 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 26, 7 and 2,700, going to be 27, going to be 27, going to get 700, going to be 26, 7 and 7 and 7 and 7, going to be 27, going to be 26, 7, sold 2,600, Flying B1. Wake out here, 35, and 35, and 35, 35, 35, 35, we get 35, 30, half, and 37 and 37 and 37 and half, 40, we get 40, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, and 47 and 50, and 50 and 2 and a half, 5, and 57 and 57 and going to be 60, we get 60, going to be 62 and a half, we get 2 and a half, going to be 250, and 62 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 5, and to get 5, and has to get 5, to get 5, to get 5, to get 5, to get 65, and to get 5, and has to get 5, 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 Booker, 62 and a half. You ain't even close. Your English, you got to slow it down just a little bit, okay? She's 2 years old. She's 4 months bred. 2,000. 2100, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 22, and 22, 103, and 23, going to be 24, going to be 25, going to be 26, going to be 27, 800, and 27, going to be 2800, here going to be 27, going to be 2800 online, going to be 28, 9, and 993, and 3000, going to get 3, and 25, going to get 3, and 25, going to get 3000, going to be 3000, going to get 3, and 29, bit 3, and 3000, going to get 3000, you're out of line, 3000, going to get 3000, going to be 25, going to get 3000, going to be 25, going to get 3. So 2,900, Chris, 3. I can tell. Eat some grass and weed. What about this one? Think he'd get mad if we got this one? Charlotte with horns. Yep, 125. Rob, Charlotte, 125. And 25, and 25, 25. 125. 125, yeah, 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25 here, 125, and 25, going to be 120, and 120, 125, and 25 here, 125, going to be 125, going to be 125, going to be 125 here, S, 120, on 9. Yes, she's here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 75, 57, 7, 7, 60, and house 60, we get 60, we get 2.5, and 5, and 65, and 7, 7, 70, we get 72, and a half, 72, 50, and 70, we get 2.5, going to be 72, and a half, 5, and 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, you get 5, and 75, 75 here, Gibbon, 172, 50. Attaboy, Rob. Hope to see you next week. 55, 7-year-old, 55, 55, 55, 75, 57, 57, 7, 60, and down 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 5, and 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 3, 5, now 5, 65, 7, and 67, going to be 900, now 970, we get 70, we get 70 point, and 72, 71, 2, 3, and 73, 74, 74, 74, you get 4, 73, 74, 5, and 75, 6, and 75, 6, 6, 75, 6, 75, 6, 7, and 77, 77, 77, 78, and 78, 77, 8, 77, 8, 78, 78, 78, 78, so 177 Booker. Ten-year-old, she's up at here, 125, and 27.50, and 27 and a half here, having a hand 30, we get 30, going to be 30, we get 30, going to be 30, we get 30, going to be 30, 30, and 2.5, going to be 2.5, going to be 1, 3, and 33, 31, 33, 5 here, 35, 37, we get 37, 9, and 39, 37, 9, going to be 37, going to be 9, daughter, going to be 7, going to be 9, going to be 7, going to be 9, going to be 7, going to be 9, sold, 137 DO. 8-year-old. 135 and 35 and 35, 35, 37 and 37 and 37 and going to be 40, going to get 2 and a half, 5 and 45, 47 and 47 and 47 and 50 and 50, 50, 30, going to get 50, going to get 50, 47 and going to be 50, going to get 50, going to get 50, going to get 50, going to get 50 here in hand 2 and a half and 52 and a half, going to get 2 and a half here D 150 on 3 on 0. Charlie Bulls. Yep, got 7 of them. 7 registered Charlie Bulls some point today. Yes. All the vet work's done on these bulls when they get here. 75 and 75 here, 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, you get 5 and 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 55 and 55, 57, 57, going to be 60, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 5 and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70 and half 70, we get 2 and a half, 72, 50 and 70, now 2 and a half, 71, 3 and 73, 75, 75, 73, 75, 73, 75, 73, 75, we get 5, 173, 75, sold 173 S6. Where are you going, Antone? Make him a 9. 2.5s. All 2.5s. What the paperwork says. Daughter, 105 and 105 here. Good 105, 105 outside 510 and 10, 110, 15, 15, 20 and 20, 23. Good to be 120, 23. Good to be 120, 23, 120 and 23. Good to be 20, 23. Good to be 20 here. Chris, 115 on number 14. If they could take him to their place and the bulls end up no good, then I'll come back and sell them for him next week or two after that. 75, 75, now 75, 70, 50, 77, 77, going to be 89, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 85, 85, 85, 87, 87, 87, 90, 90, 190, and now 91, here 91, 91, 91, 2, 92, 91, 2, you get 92, 3, and 93, you get 3, 4, and 94, 3, you get 94, 5, and 95, you get 95, 695, going to be 6 here, 95, going to be 600 there, going to be 95, going to be 600 there, going to be 195, going to be 6, sold, 195, put them on Debo. Hello. 85, 85 out of 5 here. Going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 87, 57, 57, 57, 57, 57, 90, and 90, 90, 90, there. You're going to be 90, you're going to be 190, and 90, 90, there. You're going to get 90, 89, 90, and 90, you're going to get 90, you're going to be 90, you're going to get 90, you're going to be 90, you're going to get 90, you're going to get 91, and 90, 91, 91, 91, 91, you're going to get 92, and 90, you're going to get 91, you're going to get 91, to Debo, 191. 55, yeah, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 75, 57, 57, 7, 60, and now 60, we get 60, 160, it's 60, now 2 and a half, we get 2 and a 5, and to get 5, 7, 7, 7, now 70, we get 70, we get 75-year-old, 170, and 70, 73, going to be 72, 50, and 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, so 172 and a half, S21. 35, $55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 75, 57, 77, 60, and 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, and 5, and take it 5, and take it 5, take it 5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 70, going to be 170. Want to see him spin? 170, 170, 2 and a half, 5, 7 and a half, 80. So at 177.50, hole 6. Rodeo bull. I never know what to believe, these two guys. $185, 85 there, going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 87, 87, 87, 90, and 100 has been out of there, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 92, 55, and 95 here, 95, 95, 97, 97, 97, 97, 50, and now 2, and 97, going to be 2, 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 and $2, 99, 2, 95, going to be 2, 95, going to be 2, 95, going to be 2, now 1, 201. You sure? D-Bull, $2. Is he missing an eye? Oh, that's all good. $1.50. $1.55. Yeah, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 25, 30, and 25, 30, going to be 125, 30, and 25, 35, and 35, 40, 45, 45, going to be 45, 45, 45, 45, now 5, and 45, 45, 45, 45, 50, now 50, now 50, and 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 45, 55, and 55, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, sold, 150, Gibbon Bull. Hope not. $1.50. $1.50, 60, and 50, 60, 70, 180, 190, 90, 190, down 2, and 190, 210, 210, 20, and 220, 210, 20, 30, and 220, 30, 40, 240, going to be 30, 40, 30, 40, 30, 40 here, and tone, 230. When is rodeo? You get $2 on him, Antone? 180.90. Now 2. $2. 210. 210. 210. You're out. 210. 220. 230. 240. 230. 40. Same way. 230. When's rodeo? Halloween? $175, and 75, 750, and 77, going to be 80, you give 82 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to be 82, 50, 82 and a half, 82 and 5, 85, 85, 87, going to be 87, going to be 87, going to be 87, going to be 80, 90, and 100, you get 90, and 100 here, 190, you get 90, you get 90, you get 90, you get 90 here, sold 187.50, hole 7. Kelsey, you got your hands full today. You just got the one. One's enough. $185, $185, $85 there, going to be $85, $85, $85, $85, $85, $87, $87, $87, $87, going to be $87.50, $87 and a half here. How about you? $87.90 and $100 you get $90 here, going to be $90, $90, $90, $2 and a half and $92 and a half, $2 and a half, $2 and a half. What about $1? $91 and $90, $91, $91, $91, $91, $91. Sold $190. Gibbon Boo. What'd you do? That's one of my bulls. Big bone. Got big long toes, big bone rascal. $1.50. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, about 60, and half high, and has to get about 70, going to be 70, going to get 2 and a half, 5, and 77 and a half, 77 and a half, and 80 there, going to be 80, and 2 and a half, going to be 85, 85, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, 87 90, and 90, you get 90 there, 2 and a half, and 92 and a half, 91 3, going to get 3, going to get 3, and 5, and 95, 95, 95, 95, 35, going to get 95, going to get 97, and 97, 97, 97, 97, 96, 7, and 97, 97, 97, going to get 97, going to get 97 here, sold 196, debut. $1.65. Has a good about 7 and 70. We get 2 and a half, 5 and 75, 50 and 77 and a half, 77 and a half, and 80 there. 80, you give 80 there. 80, 180, 180, 180. 80 there. 80, you give 80 there. 80, we give 80 sold 177.50 S16. $75.80 and $75.80 and $75 group 82 and a half group 2 and a half 5 $85 there group 85 $85 $85 $85 $85 $85 $87 $85 $90 and $100 you get $90 and $100 2 and a half $90 50 and $91 3 and $93 5 and $95 $95 $93 5 7 and $97 $97 $97 $97 $97 $95 group 7 $95 group 7 here $95 group 7 here sold $195 whole 7. $85, $85 here, go to $85, $85, $85, $85, $85, $85 here, go to $85, $85, $85, $85, $85, $75, and $7.50, and $70, we get $7 go to $70, we get $7 go to $77.50, and now $80, and now $81, $81 here, $81 here, $81, $81, $81, $81 here, go to $81, so $180, Gibbon Boo. $85, $85, $87.50, $87, $87, $89, 2 and a half, group 9, 2 and a half, 95, and 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, here, Debo, 192 and a half. 85, 85 there, good 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, 87, good 87, good 87, Jimmy Rob, 85, 85, 7 and a half, 87 and a half, sold 185, Gibbon Boo. Hundred eighty-five, 175, 75, 75, 75, 75, 77, 750, and 70, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, and now 80. Now 80, 180, 89, 79, 80, and 81, 81, 82, 81, 81, 181.
What are they talking about?
75, 75, 750, and 77, group 80, you give 80, 180, 180, 180, 180, 181, 82, 83, 84, 85, 8600, 86 here, 7, 88 here, 89, you get 9, 89, 90, and 91, and here 91, 91, 91, 2, you get 92, you get 92, you get 92, you get 2, 93, and 92, 3, 93, 4, and 94, 5, and 96, 95, 6, here, going to be 95, going to be 6, sold 195, hole 7.
Where's this guy from? Where did you get his freaking guy? Marno.
181, 81 3, 80, 81 1, 81 83, 83, 85, 85, 87, 85, 91, 91, 91 3, 93, 95, and 97, 97, 97, 99, group 201, group 201, and 201 here, 201 here, so 199, put one, Chris 9, 199, Chris 9. 185, 85, 85 here, group 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 87, group 87, group 87, 50, 87 and a half here, 81, 81, 2, 81, 2, there, group 83, 83, group 4, 85 here, group 85, 85, 85, 85, 6, 86 here, group 85, group 6, out of there, group 85, group 6 here, group 85, group 6, sold 185, Gibbon Bull.
Brand on.
165, has a good five, has a good 7 hand, 7 hand, 72 hand, 75, 750, and 77 hand, 77 hand, group 77, now 80, 180 there, 88, 89, 89 here, group 89, 89, 89, 70, hey, now 9, and 70 here, group 970, hey, 9 here, group 79, group 9, now 9 here, sold 178, hole 7. Okay. Spin him, Antone. Spin him. $2. 2.5. You two and a half. Get 2.5. Go to 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. 185. 185. 85 there. Go to 87. Go to 90. Get 2.5. 95. 95. 95. 97. 97. 97. 50. And 95. 6. And 95. Go to 600 here. 95. Go to 695. Go to 6 on 195. Hole 7. You see him spin? 85, 85 here, go to 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 81, 81 2, 81 2 there, go to 83, 84, 84 to go 5, 85, 86 here, 87 here, 87 8 there, 85, go to 89, go to 89, 90, and 90 here, go to 190, get 90, and 90 here, go to 85, get 90 here, go to 90 here, 90, and 90, get 90 here, so 189, give and boo. How many bulls we got today? 100? No. 185, 85 there, good to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 87, 87, 87, 85, 85 here, 75, and 75, 75, 77, good to be 80, 80, 180, 181, 81 here, 81 here, 2, 82, 3, 83, 4, 84, 83, 4 here, 84 there, good to be 83, $84, good to be 83, $84, Debo, 183. They want to get their yard out. See anything? Tell them to get their yard outs. And number 10. Okay. This is a cow I held, guys. She's a 10-year-old. She's 7 months bred. $1. 110.20, 110.20, $110.20 there, good 110.20 there, good 110.20, 30, we get 30, we get 40, we get 50, $160, $55, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, sold, 150, Chris, 16. Nope. All steers. Had the heifers earlier. Bommel Ranch, yep. $1.50. $1.55, and 55, 55, 60, 55, 70, 170, 170, 170, 170, 170, 70, now 77, 167, 70, now 71, and 72 and a 5, and 75, 75, 75, 73, and 73, 2, 4, and 74, 74, 74, 73, 74, 75, and 75, 675, 67, and 77, 77, $8, and 77, 9, group 9, 78, 9, 80, and 181, 81, here, 2, 83, 82, 3, 4, 85, and now 5 here, 86, 87 here, 88 here, 89, 89, you get down 90, and now 91, 91, 91, 92, you get 92, you get 93, you get 94, and 95, and 95, 96, 197, and 97, 97, 97, 97, 97, here, group 96, 7, and 97, you get 96, 7, here, group 96, 7, here, 97, so 196, Chris, 99. 7 and 8 year old cows right here, guys, right here, $1.50. Now 51, 50, 51, 50, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, outside 1, and 51, 2, and 51, 2, 51, 2, 51, 2, now 3, 53, 54, 5, and 55, 55, 55, 6, and 55, 56, 7, and 57, 56, 7, and 7, 7, 7, $8, and 57, 8, now 60, group 2, group 2, group 4, 64, 66, 68, and now $8, and now 66, 8, here, $8, and now 8 here, so 166, Kyle 21.
Clerk? He did it. Dakota did it. Dakota did it? He can do anything. He has to do everything.
7 and 10 year olds, 7 and 10 year olds here, 120. 125, yeah, 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25 here, 5 here, going to be 125, and 25, 30, and 25, 30, there, going to get 30, 125, going to get 30, 25, going to be 30, yes, sir, 30, and 30, 30, there, going to get 30, going to get 30, going to get 30, going to get 30, going to be 30 here, so 125, S3. 2 and 3, they're open. $1.50. $1.55, yeah, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, outside 5, and 55 here, 60, 5, 70, going to be 175, 80, 85, 85 there, going to be 85, 85, 85, and 100, going to get 95, and 2, going to be 2, going to get 2, going to be 205, and 205, going to get 500, 205, and 210, going to get 210, going to be 15, and 250, going to get 15, 20, and 225, 225, going to be 225, going to get 530, and 235, and 235, going to get 35, going to get 35, going to get 235, 40, and 245, and 245, 245, 245, 245, William, yeah, 245, and 45 here, 45, 45, 45, 245 here, Chris, 240 on 3X. $135, and 35, and 35, 35, 35, 37, 35, 37, 37, going to be 37, 50, and you give it, and half, 37, 7, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, you got tie, and 40, 40, 30, 40, 42 and a half, going to be 2 and a 5, and 45, 47 and a half, 47, 47 and a half, 47, going to be 47, 50, and 40, 7 and a half here, Cavis, 145 on 3. Four-year-old, 3,000. 32.50 and 32 and a half and 35 and 35 35 35 35 35 37 and 37 and 37 and 37 and 37 and 37 and going to be 35 3600 and 36 7 and 37 going to be 38 38 39 39 4 and 4001 and 41 41 41 41 41 41 4100 4100 4100 4100 4100 2 43 44 45 4,500 and 45, 4,500, 45, 45, 45, Williford, 4,400, Brian Williford. $10 years old, they're 6 and 7 months bred. 6 and 7 months, 2,500. 25, 2,500, 2,000, 2,100, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2, and 22, 3, 23, 23, 4, and 24, 24, 24, 5, here, 25, 25, 25, 25, 24 and a half, and 4 and a half, 4 and a half, 5, and 25, and 25, 50, 25 and a half, here, 5 and a half, 6, and 2,600 and a half, here, half, here, half, here, going to be 2650, 26 and a half, here, half, here, half, here, going to be half. Chris, 2,600 on 16. These in. Mail or our paperwork says they're 2.5s. Tell you what we're going to do. We talked about this for the sale. These we've got all the semen work is done on these bulls. But that was been 4-5 months ago. If you take them to your local vet and have them checked and they're no good, we'll sell them back here for Mr. Castleberry. Okay, hold your gate. There's 7 of these bulls. There's 7 ahead of these bulls. All the work's been done. What tag you got here in the ring?
What's the red ear tags?
Red ear tag. Here's 97. 74, 97. Okay. I'm going to give you option, guys, and we'll say them choice. All right there, here, 5,000, able to get 5, 5,000, able to get 5,000, able to get 5, able to get 5, able to get 5, able to get 5, 3,500, and 3,750, and 35, 37 man, 37 man, 37 man, 3,500, and 37 man, going to be 3,750, 37 and a half here, half and a half here, going to be 3,500, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 3,500, and 3,500 here, going to be 35, going to be 35, going to be 3,500, 3,000. 30, 100, 31, able to get 2, 32, able to get 3, 33, able to get 4, 34, able to get 5, 35, going to be 6, and 3,600, and 35, 600, and 35, going to be 600, 35, going to be 6, and 35, 3,600, 35, going to be 6, 7, and 37, and 7, $8, and 37, able to get 9, and 30, going to be $9, 39, 4, and 4,000, able to get 4, and 39, able to get 4,000, and 4,000, able to get 4,000, going to be 39, able to get 4,000, able to get 4,000, going to be 4, sold them 3,900. Winter Creek. You have option, Dale. Takes them both. Okay. Antonio, we can get those to Dale, please. Just bring them in 2 and 2. All right, we'll give you option. It don't matter. 3,000, sell choice, 3,000, 30, 100, and 31, and 31, and 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 3,100, and 3,100, 3, and 33, and 35, we get 33, 31, 33, 31, we get 33, going to be 35, and 35, 35, 33, 5, and 34, and 33, we get 34, and 500, going to be 34, and 5, and 35, we get 35, we get 35, going to be 35, 600, and 35, going to be 607, and 37, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 700, 37, $8, and 37, we get 30, we get 30, we get 30, we get 30, 3,800, and 37, now 8, and 37, going to be 800, we get 37, going to be 800, now 9, and now 9, 9 Dale, 30, 900, 39, we get 4, 4,000, we get 4, and 3,900, 4, and 4,000, we get 4,000, we get 4,000, we get 4,000, he'll take them all, 4,000, we get 4,000, going to be 4,000, going to be 4, sold them to you, Dale, 3,900.
Hold your gate.
He just, hold your gate, Winter Creek. You have the option. Yes, sir. You can take 1 up to 4. Takes 75. Okay. Anything else, Dale? That's it? That's it? Okay. Takes ear tag 75. Ear tag 75.
8344.
8344 be his back tag number. Okay. That's going to go to Dale. All right, sell these other 3 bulls. Got option. 3,000, 30, 100, and 31, and 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, and 3,100, and 3,000. I get 3,100. 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 3,100, and 3,100, and 3,100. Anybody else now? 3,100, and 3,000, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31. Hold your gate. 3,100, 3,100. Why do we have to weigh them?
We're selling by the head.
Do what? Sold 3,000. Chris, bull. He takes all 3. The next 3. Got me confused, Lid. Nah. Yeah, just for the average. What they average? So 48. So 48.72 would be your total. What about Chris Bull? Is that right? Antone, that goes to Dale.
What you do here?
Chris took it. You want your papers? All right. We still got papers on these two? Huh? We don't have papers on these bulls, do we? 185, 185, 85, 87, 87, 87, 87, 87, 87, 90, and 92, 92, 92, 91, 93, and 93, 5, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 7, and 97, 97, 97, 95, 7, 95, 7, 95, 7, 6, 7, and 97, and 98, 98, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99, Lugia, 99, and 98, 9, Brad, 99, 99, 99, 99, sold, 198, Chris Bull. The bull on the left, I'll take him. That's one I'd pick.
Were them guaranteed?
Those two were not. I don't know. Looks like it. Did we have mail? We just had mail for the 6 for the.
There was one without a tag on the first street, and I don't know what his number is.
Okay. Yeah.
We can redo it if we need to. They're not guaranteed if you're weighing them.
1-year-old family, 2,000, 100, and 21, and 21, and 21, 21, 21, 21. I'm going to say the cows and give you the calves. 20, 100, and 21, and 2,100, and 2,100, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2,100, and 2,100, 100, here going to be 2,100, and 2,100, not 2, and 2,100, 2, 3, and 23, 4, 23, 4, we're going to be 23, 400, William out, 2,400, 23, 4, now 5. 2,500, 24, you get 5. Now 6, 26, William, 2,600, 2,600, and 25. What about a half? 25.50, and 25.50, and 20. You get 5 of the van. Going to be 25 of the van. Going to be 25 of the van. Going to be 25 of the van. Going to be 25. Give you half. Sold 2,500. Ricardo 2. 2,000, 2-year-old pair, 2,000, 2,100, and 21, and 2,100, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2,100, and 2,100, 1, here, 2,100, and 2,100, here, 21, 2, and 21, 2, and 21, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, sold, 2,100, Ricardo, straight.
Did you guys sort or just kind of? They didn't want to sort today, did they? 50 left.
Eight-year-old. Calf inside. There she goes. Eight-year-old family, 2,000. 2,100, 2,100, 21, 21, 21, 2,100, 100, 2,100. Weigh that cow, weigh the cow. 125, 30, 135, 40, 5, 142 and a half, 5, and 45, and 45, 45, 45, 45, 2 and a half, 5, and 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, you get 5 here, 45, 45, 5 here. Canvas 142 and a half.
Right now, if they can.
KFR there, going to be 500, 700, and 7, and 700, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, 800, 9, 10, and 10, 11, 11, 1,200, go to 11, 12, 11, 1,200, go to 11, go to 12, 11, go to 1,200, go to 1150, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, go to 1,150, 1,150 there, go to 1,150 here, Chris O, 1,100. Five-year-old cat right there here, 135. 35, 37, 35, 37, 7, 40, 40, 2 and a half, go to 2 and a half, 250, and 45, and 45, 47, 50, 50, 50, go to 50, 150, and 52 and a half, 2 and a half, go to 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 55, and 55 and a half, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, online you're out, 57, 57, 7 and a half, 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 go to 57 and a half, sold 155, flying B, 5, I think. Yes, 5. 5 and open. Little blue spot in her eye. 135 and 35 and 35, 35, 35, 35, 37 and 37 and going to be 40 and 5, 45, 50 and 50, 50, 50, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60 and now 5 and 65 and 165 and 65, 5, here, sold 160, Kyle 21. Seven-year-old, she's crippled, daughter. Daughter 5 and 105 here, going to be 105, going to be 10, going to get 15, 20 and 25 here, 25 and 30, going to get 32 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to get 5 and 37 and 37 and 40, going to get 42 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5 and 45, 7 and a half, 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 50 and half, 50, 50, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 5 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 5 here, 5 to get 5 here, so 152 and a half, DO. Eight-year-old cripple cow here, 25-30 and 25-30 and 25-30 here, 5 to get 30, to get 35, 35, 40, to get 49, 40, to get 37 and a half and 37 and to get 40, to get 42 and a half, to get 2 and a half, 42, 50 and 40, to get 2 and a half, to get 40, to get 2 and a half here, giving 140 on X. Chad, you didn't need a Charlet bull? You didn't need one of those Charlet bulls? Cripple cow, 135. 135 and 35 and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 25 and 27, 50 and 20, 7, going to be 20, 7, going to be 27 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 30, now 30, you get 30 and now 30, both out, 32 and a half, 32, 50, now 5, 35 and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 5 here, DO, 130, 2 and a half. 130, now 2 and a half, and 30, we get 2 and a half here, half and a half, going to be 2 and a half, we get 5, 7 and a half, 7 and 40, we get 42 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, and 45, and 47, 47, now 50, we get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, D, 52 and a half, 3. Oh. $55 and 55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 75, 55, 57, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 57, 50, 57 and a half here, 60, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, and 65, now 7 and a half, now 7 and a half, 67, 50, and 67 and a half here, 7, 70, and now 70, we get 70, we get 2 and a half, and 70, we get 2 and a half, going to be 70, we get 2 and a half here, Booker, 170. She's a 5-year-old. She's 6 months bred. 2100 and 21 and 2100 and 21 and 21 now 2. We get 3. Going to be 23. Going to be 24. Going to be 25. Going to be 2600. 7 and 27. 800 and 27. We get 9. We get 9. Going to be 9. 3000. We get 3. 1 and 31. 31. 31. 32 and 32. 3 and 33. We get 3. 33. We get 3. 33. We get 3. 34 and 34. 5 and 3500. 35. 600 and 35. Going to be 6. 7 and 37. 7 7 7 7 7 700. Going to be 3,700. You out of line. 3,700, 3,700, and 37, and 36, 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7. Here, going to be 37, going to be 100. Chris 3, 3,600. Old cow, daughter. Daughter 5 and 105 here, going to be 105, going to 5, going to 5 and 10, going to be 110, 15 and 15, 20, going to be 125, 125, 30, going to get 30, going to get 35 and 35, you get 5 here, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, going to get 35 here, S 134. 6-year-old cow here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 75, 57, 55, 57, 7 and a half, 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 now 57, 50, 60, and half 5, and 70, 175, 175, 80, 185, 85 here, 85, 85, 85, 90, 90, 95, 2, and 95, 205, and 205, 85, 85, 85, 205, here on line, 205, and 25, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, Chris, $2, 3X. Nine-year-old cow. She's 5 months bred. 2,000. Good bag. Good cow. 2,001 and 2,100 and 21. Yeah, 21 and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2,100. 102 and 22, 3 and 23. Going to be 24. Going to be 24. Going to be 25. Going to be 25, 6 and 26, 7 and 27. Going to be 27. Going to be 2,800. Now 9. 25. Going to 9. Now 3. Now 1, 3,100, 3,100, and 3,100, we get 31, we get 31, we get 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, and 31, going to be 100, Gravonic, 3,000. Nine-year-old cow here, 154, and 52 and a half, and 50, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, 7 and a half, 60, and now 60, we get 60, now 60, we get 60, and now 60, there, $1.60, here, Booker, 157 and a half.
When's your birthday? What? When's your birthday? April birthday.
What'd you say, Antone? She's a 4-year-old? Yeah, nice. Look at here, 4-year-old. She's got long toes, too. And Ricardo, you see them toes? You kind of got that little toe fetish. 135, 135, 40, 135, 40, and 45, it'll get 45, it'll get 50, and 55, 55, 55, 60, 165, 70, it'll be 170, and 65, 70, it'll get 70, it'll get 70, now 70, it'll get 70, now 70, here, you got her, 165, Ricardo. 125, 6-year-old, 125, 25, 30, 30, 25, 30, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 5, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, you give 35, 2 and a half, 35, 7 and a half, 37 and a half, 40, 140, sold 137.50, S4. What was you doing, Ty? Oh. 9 and open, 125. 125, 30, and 25, 30, we get 32 and a half, 35, 37 and a half, going to be 42 and a half, 42 and a half, 42 and a half, you get 2 and a half, 42 and a half, 5, 45, 7 and a half, 50, now 5, 55, and 55 and a half, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 2 and a half, 5, now 5 cow, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, thumbs up, 57 and a half, 57 and a half cow, 155.21. 8-year-old, 3 months. 8 by 3, 2,000, 2,100, 2,100, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2, 22, 22, 2,200, 21, we get 2, 21, we get 200, and 21, we get 2, and 2,200, and 21, we get 2, and 21, we get 2, Chris, 2,100 on 56. Never heard of such a number. I got you. Yeah, you're right. 5 years old. She's 3 months. She walking okay? I think so. 2,100 and 21 and 21 and 21, 21, 21, 21, 2,100, 21, 21, now 2 and 21, 2 and 21, 2, 2, going to be 2,200 and 21, 2, 21, 2, 21, 2, 21, 2, 3, 22, 3, 4, 24, 5, 25-6, 2600, and 25 going to be 600 here, going to be 25 going to be 6. Chris, 2500 on 3. 8-year-old cow, she's 7 months bred, 1500. 15 and a half, 16, now half, now 17, and 1700 and a half, and 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 1750, 1800, 1800, 1850, 18 and a half, 19, bit of a 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 1900, and 19, back to your code, 1900, 1900, what about you, Chad? 19, going to be 100, sold 1850, Chris 56. 5 years old. She's 3 months. 5 by 3, 2100 and 21 and 2100 21 not 2 and 21 2 and 21 2 2200 and 25 25 Chris 2100 on 3. Tell JR to be careful loading her.
Is that one of mine? Comes with bullfighter, so.
55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 75, 55, 57, 7, 57, 50, now 60, now 60, did you get 60, and now 60, there, 160, 160, 160, 160, sold 157 and a half, Booker. About done? No? A few more odds. I mean, it's a few. Do you guys sort today, or just say, fuck it, let's just sell them as all as odds?
Your customers bring one.
Yeah. Wad them up. 10 by 6, 2000, 20, 100, 21, and 21, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 1, and 21, 2, 1, to get 2, 3, and 23, to get 4, going to be 24, to get 5, and 25, going to be 6, and 600, and 25, going to be 2600, here, going to be 25, going to be 2600, and 25, going to be 2600, going to be 25, to get 6, Chris, 2500, 16. Seven-year-old. 135, and 35, and 35, 35, 9-year-old. Sorry, 9-year-old here, 35, and 35, and 35, and 37, and 37, going to be 40, going to get 40, going to get 40, and 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to get 5, and 45, 45, 47, and 47, and now 50, and 50, 55, 52 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to get 5, and 55, 55, 55, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 57, 50, and 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and a half here, D, 155, 3. Six and open here, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, now 5 here, 37, 37, 40, 40, 2 and a half, 5, and 47 and a half, 47, 50, and half, 7 and a half, 50, 52 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 57 and a half, 57 and a half, going to be 60, now 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half here, Chris, 160 on 10. Way that big cow here, 150. 55, 55, 60, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and to get about 7 and a half, 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 70, and half, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 72 and a half. What about 1? Sold 170 Booker. $65, and to get about, has to get about, 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 to get about the 5 here, 65 here, 65, and to get about, has to get about, to get about, to get about 60, 160. Now 1, now 2, now 3, to get 4, now 4, 5, 65, and to get 4, 5, to get about, 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 to get $5, 4, 5, now 4, to get 5 here, Buck Gibbon, 164. Seven years old, 3 months bred, 2000, 2100 and 2100 and 21 and 21 1 2 21 now 1 and 2100 and 2100 now 1 now 2 and 23 and 4 and 24 you get 23 4 going to be 23 4 5 and 25 and 2500 5 6 and 2600 5 going to be 6 7 and 7 7 7 7 7 6 7 now 8 and 2800 800 going to be 27 going to be 2800 and 27 going to be 2800 going to be 27 going to be 28 so 2700 I guess that's right. Flying B 1
Hello? He's auctioneer.
what do you get here guys 5 by 5 plus right there 2000 2100 and 21 and 21 and 21 21 21 21 2 we get 2 we get 3 24 25 26 7 and 7 and 7 8 27 we get 9 now 3 we get 3 and 1 and 31 and 31 31 31 31 2 we get 2 now 3 and 33 we get 32 3 and 33 we get 3 going to be 32 3 and 33 33 33 33 out of line 33 we get 3 going to be 33 we get 3 now 33 we get 3 3300 33 we get 3 33 we get 3 33 we get 3 Chris 3200 on 3
I don't turn it in. I don't ever turn that shit. Not
120, 125, 25, and 25, 25, 30, we get 32 and a half, 32 and a half, 35, 35, 35, 37, and 37, 40, 40, 40, 40, we get 40, we get 42 and a half, we get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to be 42, 50, and 40, we get 2 and a half, going to be 40, we get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half here, Canvas, 140. $55, 5-year-old, 55, 55, 57, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 57 and a half, and 50, 7, going to be 50 down, 7, 60, and 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, both out, 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, we get 5, and 67 and a half, and now 70, we get 72 and a half, going to be 71, and 70, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71 here, Chris, 170, 3X.
nice cow, Chris. Big old cow.
You got anything left? 135. 135, and 37, going to be 40, we get 2 and a half, we get 45, 45, 45 here, 7 and a half, 47, 50, and 50 and a half, 50, we get 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 50, now 50 and a half, 50 here at Cabinets, 152 and a half. Ten it up on here, 25, and 25, and 25, 25, 27, and 7 and a half, 30, we get 30, we get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, we get 5, and 35, 37, and 37, going to be 40, we get 42 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, and 45, 47, and 47, and 47, 47, 50, now 50, and 50, 53, we get 50, 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 so 147 and a half, Cavanis. Eight-year-old, 150. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, that's side 5, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 160, 155, 60, and 55, 67 and a half, 57 and a half, 57 and a half here, D, 155, 3. 155, yeah, 55, 55, 55, 55, 75, 55, 57, 7 and a half, 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 7 and 60, and down 2 and a half, to get 2 and a 5, and to get 5, and has to get 5, $65 now, 5 here, D, 62 and a half, 3, O, D, O. I'm used to those O's kind of costing 30 cents a pound. Them days are gone. 8 by 2. 120, 125, yeah, 25, 25, 25, 25, 30, to get 30, to get 5, to get 40, to get 5, to get 50, to get 5, now 55, 55, 55, yeah, 60, 165, now 70, 175, 180, 180, to give 80, and 75, 80, and 75, go to 80, 75, go to 80, to give 80, 75, go to 80 here, Chris, 175 on 17. Eight by 3. $1.55. Yeah, 55, 57, go to 60, to get 2 and a half, 5, and to get 5, 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 now 5 here, go to 65, and to get 5 and a half, 7 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 and a half, Booker, 165. Did you bid, Jonathan? I did too. I thought I saw something move over there. I knew you was in. Oh, good. Everything worked out. 8-year-old here at 25. Yeah, 25, and 25, 25, 30. And 25, 30, 30, 25, 30, 25, go to 30, 35, 35, 40, 140, 140, you get 40, and 45, and 45, you get 50, and half 50, you get 50, you get 50, 45, you get 57 and a half, 47 and 50, and half 50, and 2 and a half, go to 2 and a half, you get 55, 60, and now 65, 65, 70, go to 70, you get 70, and 5 and a half, 70, you get 70 here, go to 70, Chris, 165, 13. Seven years old here, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35 here, 35 here, 35 here, 35, 35 half, and 37 to 40, and 40, to get 2 and a half, 45, 45, 47, 47, 47, 50, 47 and a half here, 40, to get 7 and a half here, so 145, Chris, 13. So good. Wait, this cow here, 155, 55, 55, 6-year-old. She's 7 months bred, but she don't get around too good, does she? $1.35, 135, 137 and a half, and 30, to get 7 and a half, going to be 40, to get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, to get 5, and 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 47, 50, and 47 and a half, 47 and 50, and half 50, you get 53, going to be 50 here, D, 147 and a half, O. Good cow here, 55. Yeah, 55, 55, 75, 57, 75, 60, to get 60, to get 2 and a half, 5, and to get about 7 and a half, 70, 170, 171, 71, 71, 71, 71, and 71 here, Booker, 170. Ten years. 10-year-old cow, 35. Yeah, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 37, 37, 37, 37, 37, going to be 37, 50. Yeah, 37 and a half, 40, to get 40, to get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, and 45, 45, to get 5, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, to get 5 here, 45 here, Gibbon, 142 and a half X. 50, not 2.5. 50, we get 2.5. 52 and a half. Go to 2.5. We get 2.5. Go to 2.5. Go to 2.5. We get 2.5. Go to 52, 55. And 55, 55, 55, 55, 55. 8-year-old. 55, 7.5. And 57, 7.5, 7.5, 7, 60. And now 60. Now 60 there. 160. It's 60 there. Sold 157.5. Chris 20.
Call my dad, tell him we've got a pair for 4,500. See what he says. How much?
No, thank you.
We sold one pair for 4,500. You ain't gonna put her down? Why? Because why?
There's only one.
So we sold a pair for 4,500.
175. Yes, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 77, 77, 77, 80, and 182 and a half, 82 and a half, good 2 and a half, 5, 85, 85, 87, 87, 87, 87, 87, 50, 87 and a half, 87, 6, 7, 87, 88, and now, hey, sir, there, 87, good 89, 85, 89, 89, dollar, get down here, whole, 188, 7. How old? 10. 55. Yeah, 55. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55 there, 55, 55, 57, 57, 50. 57 and a half here, 60. And now 60. You're going to get 60. You're going to be 60. You're going to get 60. You're going to get 60. And now 60 here, 60. Sold 157 and a half. Kyle, 21. Nine-year-old cow here, 35. Here, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 37, 35, 37, 42 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, and 45 here, 45, 45, 45, 45, we get 5, 45, we get 5, 45, we get 5, Chris, 142 and a half, 13. You got a bunch of baby calves back here, or pairs? Yeah.
They will be tomorrow.
7 years old, 4 months bred. Get a little black Angus cow. 2,000. She got a bump.
Yeah.
She's got a bump. 2,000. She's got an old bump. 2,000. $2,000.
Think she'll be all right? Huh?
2,000 or I'm going to wear, guys. Anybody want to try her? Huh? Just the old abscess right there. Did you say 18, Antone? 18 and a half. 1,900. 19 and a half. 2,000. 2,100. Antone, 2,000. Four-year-old, $1.50. $1.55. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55 here. $1.50. $1.50. $1.50. Now 5. Now 60. $1.60. $1.57 and a half. And 57 and a half, 7 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 and a half. Sold. 155 S4. Ten-year-old cow here, 35. 35, yeah, 35, and 35, 35, 35, 30, 37, and 35, 37, and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and a half, and 37, 50, and 37, 40, and 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 40, 250, and 40, 2 and a half, 40, 2 and a half, bit of a half here, 2 and a half here, Booker, 140.
You know, John don't bet against Jonathan. John and John don't bet against each other.
55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 75, 55, 57, 7, number 5, 57 and a half, and 57, 57, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 57, 50, and 57, 7, 7, 57 and a half, 57 and a half here, you get 60, down 2 and a half, down 2 and a half, 5, 167 and a half, 167 and a half, now 70, 175, 175, 175, William out, 175, 175. Sold 170, Chris, 16. There is a 9-year-old cow here, 140. 142 and a half, and 40, 2 and a half here, now 40, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 45, 47 and a half, 50, you get 50 down, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, you get 5, and 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57, about 60, and now 60 there, $60, you get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, now 5, now 67 and a half, 750, yes, 67 and a half here, half here, cow, 165, 121. Five-year-old cow here, $50. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, about 60, and now 60 there, going to be 65, and 65, going to be 70, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, and 70, 80, and 180 both out, 180, and 75, give 80, 75, going to be 80, 75, going to be 80, 80, 75, going to be 80 here, sold 175, Flying B, 5. Yep, blue spotted cow here, 135, and 35, and 35, 40, 40, 40, 55, 50, 102 and a half, 2 and a half, going to be 50, now 2 and a half, and 52 and a half, going to be 2 and a 5, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7-year-old, 55, 7 and a half, and 55, 55, 55, 2 and a half, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 years old, 152 and a half D. Oh. No TVs. Old cow. 155, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 7, 57, 57, 57, 57, 59-year-old here, 57, 50, 57 and a half here, 55, 55, 7, 57, 57 D, 155 ho, 155 DO. One more cow and 4 or 5 baby calves, and we can go down Texas and sell show pigs tonight. You want to go? Yeah, you want to go? 6-year-old, she's 4 months bred. 2,000. 20, 100, and 21, and 21, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2100, 100, 1,500. 1,600. 1,600. James, what about you? You ain't done nothing all day. 1,600. Chris, you got her. 1,500 on number 17. Thought y'all said that was the last one. 125. 125. Yeah, 25. To get 30 here. 25, 30, 25. To get 30. 125. To get 30. To get 30. To get 30. To get 25. To get 30. 25. To get 30. 25. To get 30. Here's now 30. Chris, 125. 13. You Mexicans don't tell the truth sometimes. I think so, yeah. Yeah, that's the last one. See you guys. Yeah, bring the rest of those cows in. Oh, guys, here, daughter. 105, and 105. Here, going to be 105, going to get 5, going to get 5, going to get 5, 105, 105, 10, going to be 110, going to get 15, and 15, 20, and 125, going to be 125, 25, 25, 25, 25, and 25, going to get 5, 25, going to get 5. Chris, 120, 14. I'll be damned. One more cow. Yep. Yep. Kind of happened yesterday. I went to the state fair yesterday. Two heifers and a bull. I'm gonna say the little heifer and the little bull calf. You're gonna get two of them. You're gonna get a little heifer and a little bull. So much times two on the two small ones. 500. 5, 600, 6, 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 800, 800, 900, 900, going to be 10, 100, going to be 1,000, 1,100, and 10, 11, 10, 11, 10, 11, 10, 11, tear you out, 1,100, 10, 1,100, and 10, 11, going to get 10, 11, going to be 10, 11, going to get 10, 11, going to be 1,000, 1,100, sold 1,000, William, 2. No, Billy, 2. Billy Barnes, 2. Say that good heifer calf. 700. 7, 800, and 7, 800, going to get 700, going to be 800, going to get 900, going to get 900, going to be 1,000, going to get 1,000, going to be 1,000, going to be, what about 950? 950, 950, 950, and how to have it, 9, have it, 9, have it, 9, have it, 9, going to be 950 here, going to be 950, sold 900. Chris O. Are the bigger ones supposed to bring more than the smaller ones? Boy, me too. I guess so. $5 a pound. You get 5. You get $5, $5, not 5, you get 5, you get 5, you get 5. PO, I'm selling tomorrow. Market goes up another $10.
Looks like it's in the red.
No, it was all up $8, $9 earlier. Is it?
That says red.
Surely they know in the red.
Don't feel that one.
500. Thank you. 500 if you get 5. 500 if you get 5. $100 on this calf. Might need a couple of shots. You got 100, 150,
Yes.
200, 250, 300, 350, 350. Dawson, you're going to lose all your money. 350, 350, 350. Billy, you're out. Dawson, you're out. 350. Ricardo, 300. Yeah, by the head.
With a bullet.
I said he might need a couple. Here's a good calf. 500. 5, 600, and 5, 6, 7, and 700, 7, 7, 7, 800, 900, 900, 1,000, and 1,000, 1,000, 1,100, and 10, 11, 10, 11, 1,100, 1,100, 10, a half, 11, 1,100, good 1,100, good 1,100, 1,100, sold, 1050, Chris O. Kelsey, you're going to have to get used to these high prices. By the weight, $1. $1 a pound. 50 cents a pound. He won't die, Dawson. 50. I got 50. 60. 60. 70. 70 cents a pound. Express breeding. 70. 70. I know it. 70. Sold 60S. 1. You ain't kidding. More than two bid minimum. Last one we got you guys. $1.05 and $105 here. Go to $105 and $5 50 cents a pound, 60 cents a pound, 70 cents a pound, 80 cents a pound, 90 cents a pound. $1.05, 10, 110, $1.10. Brad, you want to give 110? Sold 105. Chris 14. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock in the a.m. Y'all have a good day. See you tomorrow. Chris, got these papers for you. Do you want them?